You know, I like that old intro, I'm not going to lie.
That is good.
I like that.
No
I keep
question.
forgetting how cool it is. I keep forgetting how
Yes.
awesome it is.
It helps you find your center, and then
You know, I like that old
hold
intro.
up. Don't
Whoa. The ghost of me, Jesus.
Yeah. We got to put a stop to that. So
Why did you do that?
well, I'm trying to farm us out far and wide so that interested personnel can join us while we're discussing, vital topics, which I'm sure we're about to do.
We are eventually down the road. Oh, but we have a context here for Desi's comments here for Kevin said, Kevin, you look good as a bobsledder. So in the Discord room, in the Department of BS Discord room, Desi,
Right.
one of our favorites here on this program, decided to have fun with ChatGPT.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know where this is going, and decided to put you, Dustin, Ryan McCarthy from No Credits Required, and myself on a bobsled in honor of the Winter Olympics going on.
Okay.
And it looks as hilarious as you may think.
That's got to be made public.
I'll find it eventually. Give me a second here. It's just, I'm sure she's got it somewhere in this department because of course she did. It's part of the No Creds Discord. Of course she did. So, look at
that. That's a shirt, man.
That's hilarious.
That is a shirt. That's got to be made.
Why does Dustin look like he had too many cheeseburgers?
I don't know. That's not his normal look.
It's not his normal look. It's hilarious. It's hysterical. But it's great because she's creative that way. And she also made a picture of myself and my lovely fiance.
Okay.
In ChatGPT, which I don't care. I'm going to show it on here. Look at that. That's awesome.
That is bringing it.
Isn't that great? That's awesome.
It is.
That's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Department of BS from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. My name is Dan Cruz, and the captain of this fine ship. This is Time to BS podcast, Bell F Sports and Bell 8 Media Network production. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York, and Kevin's coming to you from the great state of Texas and Belly Up Fantasy Advice and wherever you get your articles and all that jazz, because we appreciate that on this program. Do we, Kevin?
We certainly do. And there's a lot cooking on the Belly Up website. So
yes,
don't do it right now. When we're finished, skedaddle on over there and check it out. Especially for the NBA, because there were 3 articles, including one of mine, that were dropped this week regarding the NBA. So
there you go. Also, we are live on Twitch. Time to BS podcast _ in between the spaces. You can find us. And we're on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page. And we're on the Time to BS podcast YouTube page. But you can follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. Like, share, subscribe, follow the show, however you're watching, however you're listening. Like, rate, review, and follow the show on Apple, Spotify, Good Pods, and Belly Up and Friends. Follow the official Time to BS Podcast Facebook page. Just search Time to BS Podcast. Give us a follow. Post some stuff there, too, if you want.
That's right.
I mean, you could, but I don't know if it's it's a Facebook. We have Facebook groups, too.
We do. And I happen to be a member of quite a few Facebook groups.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. And gaming content is here on the channel, so have some fun with that too. And engage in the comments. You know what to do. Be nice. It's not a hard thing to do.
That's right.
We'll also be taking your comments and questions throughout the show. And also, new episodes of BS Sessions are coming soon, including Volume 58, The Solo Files Part 1 will be coming soon. Don't worry about that. It's in production. Life's gotten in the way, so let's put it that way. Right, Kevin? Because
it has a tendency to do that.
Well, there's been a lot going on in the Department of BS lately the last couple of weeks. So
that's right.
Oh boy, and there will be more coming in the next month or so.
That's right. So buckle up.
Yeah, please. But I appreciate coming on this program and to talk some nonsense and
That's
here on
right.
Fridays. It's Friday.
Nonsense. We'll do a little educational stuff, I'm sure, and
Yeah.
just who knows? Who knows where we get to, where we're going?
We
Until
have
we
no
get there.
idea.
That's right. So that's what I'm saying. Buckle up.
No idea. Buckle up and punch your tickets because you want to know why, Kevin?
Oh, whoo!
Sound the train horn. Punch your tickets. Get ready to ride on the BS Express. Oh, it's a wonderful time.
It is.
Great time.
Absolutely is.
It's an interesting time, but it's a great time.
It
I'll tell you
is.
that much.
All the way around, yeah.
You could also be it may also be a bumpy ride.
It could be.
You may be encountered in the Elimination Chamber back in 2002. There was some wrestling in there.
Okay.
The first ever Elimination Chamber was held at SummerSlam 2002. By the way, for those wrestling nuts out there.
I bet you all didn't know that.
A few wrestling fans. I'm sure if you watch wrestling, you know, if you are a fan of the history of professional wrestling from like the early 2000s into the 90s, you know about the Elimination Chamber. It's an awesome and brutal match, but it's awesome. It's great. Of course, it's not like Jerry the King Lawler in the 1970s, but what are you gonna do?
Could there be a better name than the Elimination Chamber?
So, do you know the Elimination Chamber and its purpose?
I do not.
Okay, so the Elimination Chamber, as of the last few years, it became like a gateway to WrestleMania, which is essentially the Super Bowl of WWE.
Right.
And the Royal Rumble was like the start of the road to WrestleMania. And it was, you win the Rumble, you get a world title shot at WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber, same thing. But it's two competitors start out in the ring in a steel cage.
Okay.
And there's 4 pods. And after like 2.5 or 3 minutes, there's a random drawing for the next pod to be opened. And it's no disqualification. So anything goes, pretty much. You can get hit in the face with a toolbox, a kendo stick, doesn't matter. All legal. All legal. Where in like typical like regular sanctioned matches, there's, you know, disqualifications and blah blah blah. This is basically, hey, you're gonna be in hell and it's gonna be awesome. So the first one was held in 2002 at SummerSlam, and it was for the World Heavyweight title. Shawn Michaels and Triple H were the last 2 competitors, and San Antonio, Texas's very own Shawn Michaels won the whole thing.
Okay.
And it was awesome. As of the last few years, maybe the last 10 years or so, it has become the final doorstep to WrestleMania. But it's awesome. You know what I mean?
Right.
We talk some wrestling around here. Some people may get sick of it, but who cares? Because we talk about our stuff that you may or may not be interested in. So,
well, yeah, this, like I said, buckle in because it's coming.
It is coming, all right. It is. But yeah. There's some stuff going on. But Kevin, do you have your news reporter hat on and ready to go?
I'm ready. Bring it.
All right, cue the music. Where is it? There we are.
There we go.
This is the Smooth Report, our weekly news segment here on Time to BS and the Time to BS family of shows. The Raiders and Max Crosby are at an impasse. The Raiders may be dealing all-pro pass rusher Max Crosby during the NFL offseason. Crosby has expressed his frustrations and is looking to be traded to a potential contender. The Super Bowl teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, have recently shown interest. Do you think Crosby will make a good Seahawk?
I absolutely believe that he would.
Okay, here's why I'm against this, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, there's reasons why. I'm sure you've got great ones.
Are you willing to sacrifice multiple draft picks,
right,
for a guy who's granted 28 years old, has a motor, Like, there's very few guys in the league that have a motor as good as he does. Very few. But are you willing to sacrifice draft picks, depth, and more importantly, like, just the depth part is the most important thing, because Derek Hall's young. He's 24, I think. Boy Maffei's 26. I think they're both young.
They're all young.
They're both young and incredibly agile as a pass rusher.
Except for Lawrence,
who's 35, I think he is. So
yeah, and so but he's not done.
And Uchenna's close to 30 as well. Uchenna Nwosu. So you have a ton of possibilities to get this to work, but I'm kind of terrified of the whole big game hunting trade fish again, because the last time they did this, it was Jamal Adams.
Right, and we all know how that turned upside down and in a hurry.
I think that was
We're
a Pete push,
in
though.
a hurry.
I think that was a Pete Carroll push, though.
It was. I totally believe that.
I believe that 100%.
And so, and when it comes to John Schneider, and John Schneider we trust.
Yeah.
And my whole issue with this is the Seahawks have just 4 draft picks.
Yeah, they're
a first, a second, a third, and a sixth, and that's all they have this year.
But they can work some magic with them, and that's the point.
They could. They could, and if Clint Kubiak's the runner, guy running the show now.
In Vegas.
Yeah. I'm sure he's got Mike McDonald's number, personal phone number, and maybe they could talk it out. I thought that Clint Kubiak would go over there and smooth the whole thing out.
Who knows? Who knows at this point? But reports are surfacing over in Seattle, speaking of, that wide receiver and offensive player of the year Jackson Smith-Njigba of the Seahawks and his new record-breaking potential contract could eclipse the $40.25 million per year deal set by Jamar Chase. The Seahawks and JSN are eager to get the deal done. I don't think he's going to get that deal.
I don't think so either, because it's 1 year.
Yes.
Great year, no question.
Yes.
I think you need to see that one more time. And we need to keep some of these guys on their rookie contracts, because you know what happens? The rookie contracts, they get tore up, and then you don't have any money left over.
Well, I think it gets done, but I don't think to the record of Jamar Chase.
No. Let's face it, Jackson Smith-Njigba is great.
He's a great receiver, no debate there.
I still don't put him in the class of Jamar Chase, though.
He's the best receiver in the league, but still, I hear you out on that regard.
It, like I said, one more time. And then...
They don't do this kind of stuff, though.
The Seahawks don't.
They don't. That's the thing. They've always been very stern on the whole, hey, we're going to give you a 3 or 4 year deal, but you're going to make, like, decent value, but you're not going to get the Jamar Chase or the Justin Jeffersons or the T. Higgins. You're not going to get top tier receiver money. That's what I don't blame them for doing it, though, because they've always worked that way under Schneider.
Right.
And it's worked.
And there's no denying that.
Correct.
And so, when it comes to the free agents and who's to sign and who not to, I am absolutely on board with, I think Josh, he's shown he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of those missteps in the Seahawks past, as you have rightly pointed out for a long time now, we can hang on. Yes. We can hang on Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll had sway.
Yeah.
And that's not the case, fortunately, now.
Correct.
And Mike McDonald has shown that he's had sway, but it's more in the coach's realm.
Yeah.
Whoever he wants to get coached, he's going to get.
Correct. Oh, boy.
So there's some names that I saw nowhere near coming to Seattle.
No.
But Mike McDonald did.
Indeed.
And he went out and got who he wanted. And
which we'll discuss that. Don't worry about that.
yes.
And finally, the last Hooters locations are reportedly shutting down, with one in Farmingdale, Long Island to close this year. This has been the Smooth Report. That's unfortunate, man, because I like Hooters.
You know, Hooters wings are good.
Hooters wings are good. Everything else is not.
Right. You're not going
That I
there
will
because
defend.
you want to get a steak dinner or anything like that.
No, that
But
case you go to
if
freaking
you-
Applebee's for that.
Yeah. And if you want to get
Wait, what's wrong with me?
wings
Did I
this
just
week?
say Applebee's for steak?
No. See,
What's wrong with me?
that needs to be thoroughly
What's-
investigated.
What's
Like-
wrong with me?
Like some some quesadillas we can mention.
No. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
No, we don't. But so if you're looking for steak, just so you know, Texas Roadhouse. Okay.
Texas Roadhouse has good steaks. That I will defend.
Yes.
That I will defend. Texas Roadhouse is good steaks.
Yeah.
You know what else is really good steaks? There's actually, but they're like super greasy. Outback.
Outback, I could see it.
They're
I
not
could see
bad, but it's just
Well, we've had discussions in this. Not bad or pretty good is not the par.
Yeah, correct. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
it's really
It
hard
has
to
to-
mess up a good steak, though.
Well, our recent examples that we've had is because we like ours, both of us, medium well.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. That's fair.
Okay.
As long as the medium's in there, you're fine.
Well, that's
me.
the issue that we've had. That steaks come and there's red all over the place.
Yeah, it's too raw, and I get that.
Right. And so, go to a place where they know how to cook the steak, whichever way you like it.
Ooh, I got one. So there is this location here in New York called Peter Luger's. Which, if
Okay.
you're not familiar with Peter Luger Steakhouse here in New York, over in the city, over in Manhattan, I think it's uptown or downtown Manhattan, it's a really, really good steakhouse. But
Okay.
the way you're supposed to cook a steak, supposed to cook it on like medium to high heat with a little bit of oil, a little bit of olive oil. So like the moisture, and you're supposed to cover the steak so the moisture is retained inside the meat.
Okay.
And then you flip it. And we flip it when it's like a nice good char. You know what I mean? A nice good char. And you can do this on a grill too. And I'll tell you how you can do this on a grill. So if you're doing it on a grill, you char the steak well enough and stuff like that. But you get like a little bowl of melted butter, rosemary, garlic, and thyme.
Okay.
Okay? And if
Okay.
you really want to, crushed black pepper in there too.
Black pepper is highly desirable.
Or crushed red pepper. Either or, don't care. Just get some
Okay.
pepper in there.
Okay.
And then what you do is while it's done cooking, you kill the heat. You essentially kill the heat and you baste the living crap out of the steak with that butter concoction.
Okay.
And
I'm
all
with you.
the butter flavor gets seeped into the steak. And when it's done cooking, all the flavors just mesh together. You get that
That's right.
charred.
And that's when you don't need any Heinz 57 or any other stuff.
You get that charred flavor. You get the buttery flavor. And almost always, Desi, you can agree on this. A good steak, if done correctly, does not need sauce or
That's right.
salt. Or salt.
Salt.
Ever.
If you put salt on your steak, you should go to the back of the room.
I'm curious to see what our audience is going to say
Okay.
in this regard.
Yeah, bring it. We want to hear it. How do you like your steak? And do you put anything on it when you're done?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all
We
right.
do not.
I don't like to put a lot of stuff on my steak. But if I decide to put anything on steak, a garlic aioli.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
I'm
That's
with
it.
you.
That's
Oh,
the only thing I do.
the only thing
But
that I would add to that would be mushrooms.
okay, mushrooms is
Okay.
good. Mushrooms is fantastic. Mushrooms and caramelized onions is fantastic. However, there is this place in Shoreham, Long Island, which is, about 45 minutes up yonder from where I am. And it's like a seafood shack or something like that they have steak every now and then.
Okay.
Genius comes out with a plate full of steak. And I'm like, what's on the steak? And he goes, blue cheese. And I'm like, I am intrigued by this information.
No,
I am intrigued by this.
no, that's got to be rejected.
Kevin, I know you're picky with this. Hear me out. Hear me out. It was delicious. I was pleasantly surprised because I think blue cheese, other than with wings, doesn't need to be on a lot of stuff.
I would say that blue cheese does not need to exist. Period.
Okay, that's fine. But you can
I
have
I've
your
expressed
opinion.
that before. So
You can have your opinion. That's fine. But I'm telling
Yeah.
you, if you put if you dip like a steak bite, like a little slab of steak, a little bit of blue cheese, I was shocked by this. I was shocked by this discovery. Like, wow. Who would have guessed blue cheese and steak?
I wouldn't
That
have
is
guessed it.
that is an outstanding discovery.
Okay.
Who would have guessed? By the way, Dustin couldn't make it tonight because he's got
That's
some stuff going on. So
he's had a concert, wasn't it?
something, yeah.
And
I think so, yeah.
we can expect something pretty outstanding coming out of that Dustin Jukebox next time around. I'm sure.
Probably. I mean, I got some music. I got some music in my brain and mind.
I always got
Chimichurri,
some-
there we go. Chimichurri is highly underrated. Thank you, Ryan, for your
Okay.
contributions to this program. Thank you.
That's right.
That's awesome. Oh boy. What was I thinking? There was a piece of music. I can't remember what it was. I don't know, because I like cooking with music.
I like just about any situation can be increased with music.
Yeah.
The enjoyment factor can be increased with music, and
Where's Desi when you need her?
yeah. So since Dustin is not present,
Yeah.
what I was thinking about was a song by the group In Excess.
Have you listened to Pearl Jam yet?
I've heard Pearl Jam, yes.
Okay. Did you listen to Pearl Jam's release live at Wrigley Field?
I have not.
Okay. Do it when you get the chance.
Okay.
It's fantastic because when I tell you, like, the whole crowd of Wrigley Field starts singing along to that song, it's fantastic. It's awesome.
One of the interesting facts about Pearl Jam that we learned just recently was when we went and saw the movie Song Sung Blue.
Oh yeah, you were telling us this story, right?
Highly recommended. Okay.
Yes.
And the individual was asked to be a part of a Pearl Jam concert in Milwaukee. And
that's a good music town, by the way, is Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It is. They have a what do you call it? The fair that goes on up there.
Yeah.
And we were up there one year, and they had all kinds of very good groups that rolled through there. So if you're ever in that area, just throw this out there. But back to the original, and the guy, he was played by Wolverine, by the way.
Oh, Hugh Jackman, yeah.
Hugh Jackman, okay. And so he's before the concert, and he's talking to Eddie, right?
Eddie Vedder, yep.
Eddie Vedder, and he says to him, "Hey, can I ask you one thing? One musician to another?" And the guy says, "Yes." And he asked him to come out there while they're performing and sing with him.
It was awesome.
which he did,
It was awesome.
and it was awesome. So
Yeah.
that increased my appreciation for Pearl Jam 100-fold.
There we go. We appreciate these things around the Department of BS.
That's right. Somebody that's successful, but is not so full of themselves that they won't, help out their fellow man.
You know who else is very successful and will also help out their fellow individual? Leonard Skinnard.
Leonard Skinnard, we've seen multiple times.
Do you know what Leonard Skinnard's most popular song is?
Freebird, I would imagine.
Speaking of Freebird,
I walked right into that one.
The U.S. women's Olympic hockey team has struck gold.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go. Where is that stinking button? Oh, that's the hockey button. That's the hockey button. There we go. That's the right button. Do you know what? The goal sound is perfect for hockey.
It is.
There we go. Did you see that goal?
I did, and
filthy.
And it's getting to the point where you're like, maybe the U.S. is not going to be able to pull this out.
Yeah.
And they did. It's kind of like the men's the night before. Was it the night after? I can't remember. Anyway, and it looked like they were not going to win either. And then they scored a goal late and then went to overtime and won.
It was the night before. It was Quinn Hughes who scored the overtime winner.
Right. Quinn, our man. Okay. And so there's been some outstanding hockey going on.
This tournament's been fantastic.
And the Americans were women.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning. Is that the word? Bludgeoning?
Something like that, yeah. Words are hard, Kevin.
Okay, that's true. And they were beating everybody like 5-0.
Yeah.
5-1.
Oh my God, their goaltender.
Yes. And then, but when you're in that situation where you're bludgeoning everybody, there's somebody comes along, all of a sudden now you're in a game. And can you, persevere just like the Seahawks and the Rams? Because the week before that, they absolutely blew the doors off the 49ers.
Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, please. The women's goaltender for the United States had 1 point, 3 shutouts, and a 99 shots on goal, and only allowed like 2 goals.
It was unbelievable.
She was unfriggin' believable.
Unbelievable. But then when the pressure was on, when it's not 5-0, it's actually 1-0 going the other way.
Yeah.
Can you step up? And they did.
Yeah.
And so they have the gold. And it's really amazing to me because they were, the men's hockey team has not won gold since, Do You Believe in Miracles?
It's been that long?
1980.
No.
The men's have not won Olympic gold medal since 1980.
Because mostly Canada and Russia.
Canada, Russia, Sweden, those northern climb,
Sweden. Okay. Sweden. Home of IKEA.
Yeah. And so, and both of them, they might be, I've just worked, I just got home, so I don't know. Because the Americans and Canada were both playing today. And the gold medal game, I believe, is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, yes. It's tomorrow night. Yep. Okay.
And then everybody comes back home, and the NHL is back in action Wednesday.
Oh, I can't freaking wait.
Wednesday. Okay.
I can't wait, Kevin.
Yes.
I want Puck to come back. Oh, boy. You know what? It's the NHL season is filled with ups and downs. It really is, Kevin. It really is. And one thing we can absolutely confirm is the Metro Division for the NHL in the Eastern Conference Someone's going to win that division because it's a bloodbath.
It is a bloodbath, but the division that's intriguing to me, and not because it's a good thing, is the Pacific.
Yeah, the Pacific's weird.
The Pacific is weird because, all right, let me switch over.
I got you.
Over. Okay, so Vegas leads the Pacific Division at present.
Currently, yes.
But they've only won 3 out of their last 10 games, and if they were in any other division, they'd be in 4th.
Yep.
Any other division. And so it looks like whoever, let's see, Vegas is there, and then they've got 68 points, and Edmonton, which is Dustin's team, is in second with 64 points, rather. And they're at 5-5 out of their last 10.
And then there's the Kraken, too. And the Kraken are weird.
Right? They have 63 points, so they're 1 point back. And so it's kind of interesting how, we always have this discussion how the NFL has teams that, have losing records or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a Pacific Division winner who's going to have home ice where other teams that have better records do not.
Okay. Do you want to have some fun here?
Sure.
Look at the goal differential for the entire Pacific Division. It's hysterical.
I can imagine. That's not one of the facts I was looking at. I can imagine.
I'm going to read it to you. It's great. It's hysterical. So I'm going to tell you right now, Vancouver, who is the worst team in the Pacific, has a minus 61 goal differential.
Oh, that's just ugly.
Calgary, who's 7th, is a minus 27. San Jose, who's not bad. They're not bad. They have up-and-coming talent up in San Jose.
Well, they better have, because they always get right up there in the top of the draft.
Well, Celebrini's really freaking good.
Right.
They're minus 22.
Okay.
Which is, you look at their talent, you go, huh?
Yeah.
But then there's the Kings.
The Kings. Kings are an interesting scenario.
So the Kings traded for Artemi Panarin. They can't score at all to save their freaking lives. Right. But they're also one of the best teams in the league at stopping the puck. And yet they're a minus 15 goal differential. Okay? Explain that. Okay. And then there's Anaheim, who was scoring at will at one point.
Yes, and Anaheim's an interesting team because they've won 8 out of their last 10 going into the break.
Yeah. And they're minus 10.
Okay.
They're minus 10, which is what?
So who knows what might happen? Who might win this division? Could be anybody.
And then there's the Seattle Kraken, which is like, okay.
Yeah.
They're okay, I shouldn't say they're decent, but like it's Matty Beniers, Joey Decord, and like 2 other guys on that team.
Right.
Their head coach is Lane Lambert. I would know as an Islander fan, he's an okay coach. Not great, decent, he's okay. They're minus 3 in goal differential, which is actually not terrible at all.
Right, but you still want it to be, what it is. Yeah, you want it to be on the positive side of the ledger.
Right, and then Edmonton's plus 4, Vegas is plus 12. So the ratio
plus 12 as a division leader, that's just
is bad.
That's sorry.
You're Vegas, by the way.
Vegas, and you won a Stanley Cup not too long ago.
Yeah.
Right. A couple years back now.
Yeah, sure. But okay, so the Vegas Golden Knights, I understand where there's a lot of NHL fans that are
I get that.
Bitter about Vegas. About Vegas.
Yeah,
I understand.
The way they were set up from the start.
I understand. I completely get it. However, at the same tier of point, you can't keep the success up forever. Eventually, the bottom's going to fall out on this.
Right.
So, if your argument is saying, oh, Vegas was set up perfectly because they're Vegas, okay. The Seattle Kraken had a terrible expansion draft.
Yeah, because they put safeguards, if you want to call them that, in place so the Vegas scenario did not happen again.
Which was Kevin, we're Seahawks fans.
Right.
How awesome would it have been if Seattle got a really good hockey team up there?
It would have been awesome because A, it's Seattle,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
B, I loved their name right from the start.
The Kraken's an awesome name.
Kraken is an awesome name.
I want that jersey.
Okay.
I want that jersey so bad.
I don't have a jersey. I do have a Kraken shirt, however.
I want a hat.
Okay. And so this is back in my youth, watching the Clash of the Titans. Okay. And
Liam, we're talking about the 70s one, right? We're talking about the 70s original
80s,
film?
whatever that was.
It was the 70s, but yeah, I got you.
Okay. And
Great film.
release the Kraken and all that. That was awesome.
It was great.
And then they remade it with Liam Neeson. That was okay.
Yeah.
But still, release the Kraken. Doesn't get any better than that.
It was awesome. But and then we go back to the Metro Division, Kevin.
Okay, I know that's where you live.
So Carolina is best in the well, they're tied for the best record in the Eastern Conference with Tampa Bay with 78 points.
Right.
Right behind them is Pittsburgh with 70. Guess who's third? You will never get it.
Who's third? It's a tie.
It's not. A team that was projected to finish with one of the worst records in the NHL. Why? I wonder who could it be, Kevin?
Could it possibly?
I wonder who could it possibly be. I love this kid Schaefer.
I don't know.
The New York Islanders.
New York Islanders. And they're sitting there at 69 points. Okay.
How much?
And 69 points.
It was a little late. I'm sorry.
The 1 point, and we talked about this, a couple episodes ago. Because the Penguins are 1 point ahead of them.
But Crosby's hurt.
And
again.
Well, calling him the kid no longer applies.
Oh, I'm Sidney Crosby. I'm the greatest player to ever play the game. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like,
you're not even the. Yeah, stop.
You can't even sniff Gretzky. Come on.
Right.
Okay.
And the problem with that is when you've got Alex Ovechkin still playing, you can't lay claim to the best hockey player.
Okay.
Stop it.
Question.
I like Sidney Crosby. I like the Penguins. I've got Penguin jerseys in there because I like Penguins in general. But let's stop. Okay.
There are some serious fans out there that believe that Sidney Crosby is the greatest player to ever play the game.
Oh.
And I'm like,
we need to have people show up so we can have a debate.
You need to have your entire face looked at if you think Crosby's better than Gretzky.
It's a debate I'd rather not have because, like I said, I am a Penguins guy.
Still.
You got to take off the partisan hat for a moment, okay?
Okay.
Nobody's saying he's not great.
No, he's a Hall of Famer. Of course he is.
He's a Hall of Famer. He's led him to Stanley Cups. So, therefore, he's great.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Of course he is.
Hall of Famer, but like I said, when you've got Alex Ovechkin playing the same time as you, then you need to take a step back a little bit.
Agreed, but I don't know. It's just hockey fans are strange.
Well, I can agree with that because, like we've discussed, when I first came to Dallas, I was like, hockey? Who cares? And then there was some people that Sandy worked with, and they said, "Hey, we've got tickets. Do you want to go?" So we went, and and you're sitting there, and the horn goes off. You're in it, man. And so we've had 10 what's that? A 10-game plan down through the ages where we went, and when they went to the Stanley Cup, well, they didn't get to the Stanley Cup, but they were in the playoffs. We had tickets to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? So, that kind of won me over. And like I said, when that horn goes off, you know what's up. And that's what we discussed. That's what soccer needs to have. They need that horn.
Is there a better sound in sports?
I don't think there is.
Is there a better sound in sports than the goal horn?
I don't think there is. I don't think there is.
I can debate this. When the puck hits the crossbar. That's awesome.
Yeah. That depends. If it hits a crossbar and you're the team that's defending, that's fine.
The crowd that just goes, oh, so close.
Yes. And that's the other thing that soccer misses. Okay?
The crowds.
Well, when they show it on TV and everybody's going crazy.
Because soccer riots.
What they don't show you is that was the only goal that was scored the entire game.
Hector. Where's Hector when you need him the most?
Hector. I'm sorry, Hector. Okay? But you look at the final totals in a soccer game, shots on goal.
2-0.
Shots on goal, 6. Sometimes less. Then you look at a hockey game, shots on goal, 26.
Yeah.
So, the chances of, and you go, oh, a whole lot.
Indeed.
Because they didn't make it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm much more on the hockey train.
The soccer train.
Because there's 26. Sometimes there's 40 shots on goal in some of these games.
Yeah. They're awesome. Especially in the playoffs when they go to overtime, they're like 60.
Yeah, and they take away, they can, the what do you call it? The sudden death or whatever.
Shootout.
The shootout. Throw that out. Okay.
The shootout in the regular season. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's really bad. So hockey, I'm down with.
You know what the NFL should do? I'm not even kidding. You know what the NFL should do? Speaking of shootouts, because the NFL is so keen on like the overtime rules, and every single fan hates ties. Because every diehard NFL fan is like, screw ties. They're the worst creation in the history of the NFL. They're terrible. Why not implement a shootout system with kickers?
Right, I get that.
50, 60-yard field goal attempts.
Yeah.
Why not?
Then you get Jason Myers out there and you're good to go.
Or Cam Little, who's shooting 70.
Cam Little. That's right. Or the gentleman over down the street in Dallas. He can hit.
Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah. He can hit some field goals for you.
I'm telling you, seriously, if the NFL were to accumulate shootouts in the form of kickers hitting 50 or 60-yard field goals, it'd be amazing, because they'd be like, oh, so close, wide right. And the Bills fans can finally shut up.
Even better than that is when they hit the upright.
Oh, the upright's good.
Yeah.
Ryan, this is not boring. Shut up.
What are you talking about?
Shootouts in
right
football?
up your alley, man. Hockey.
Shootouts in football. Come on, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Oh, boy. We got to go to commercial break because we do have a couple of important things to talk about, Kevin, after commercial. So, ladies and gentlemen, be right back after word from one of our sponsors. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast, here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
Okay, we got a very interesting comment on the Facebook stream. Because we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
Courtney, Dear friend Courtney, Applebee's steak goes hard. Shut up.
Okay.
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 I'm not disagreeing with her. Applebee's
If that's
steak
what
is
you
not
like, go for it.
Applebee's steak is not bad. I'm just saying, I am very particular about my meat selection. Thank you. And Desi, shut up. Because I know where her brain's going.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm not saying that Applebee's steak is bad.
No.
I'm just saying it's not my preferred choice of steak.
Correct.
Because I have standards when it comes to my steak selection.
Right, as you should.
But if I were to go to get a burger, I'm choosing Applebee's over Wendy's every single freaking time.
Okay, I'm with you.
Not even close. Like, come on.
Or you can go to Applebee's and get some of their crunchy shrimp.
Ooh,
okay,
meat.
That's good.
Meat selection, Dad. Yeah, I know. I ran into that one. I know. Listen. Let me have my fun, Ryan, please. Jesus. Oh God. But Kevin, we have a. How funny is it that after Seahawks Sessions goes on pause,
right,
the biggest news of the NFL offseason,
yes,
hits us in the face like a ton of bricks,
tons,
like a ton of bricks, and
yeah,
let's also be real here.
All right.
Let's also be real here, Kevin. We knew this was coming.
Right.
We knew this was coming. Okay, so for those who do not know, and for those who've lived under a rock for a long time, Paul Allen, the previous owner of the Seahawks, passed away in 2018 after a battle with cancer. His dying wish at the time was when the Seahawks were eventually sold off by his sister Jody Allen, for all the proceeds to go to philanthropy and or charity. Awesome. That's awesome.
Okay. I'm with
we
that.
love that.
Okay.
There was a report that was surfaced before the Super Bowl by ESPN's Brady Henderson, Seahawks reporter, saying, hey, there is word on the street that the Seahawks could potentially go for sale after the Super Bowl. That report turned out to be true because the Seahawks put out that statement 2 days ago.
Right. But at the time, they said it wasn't true.
Which, come on. Let's be real here.
Okay.
Like, seriously. I'm skeptical, curious, and to a certain degree nervous. Because, Kevin, you remember 1994.
Unfortunately, yes.
When the Seahawks were being threatened to move
to LA.
To Anaheim. Yeah, to Anaheim. It was Anaheim.
Yeah. Well,
and Paul Allen bought the team.
That's right.
In 1994 for $294 million.
Right.
Or something like that. $194 million.
He found it in his couch. Probably what
literally
happened.
Pretty much. And he basically saved the franchise.
He did.
He did.
And one of the things that you can notice since then, that more often than not, the Seahawks have been, competitive.
They've been consistent.
Whereas before they were simply awful.
In the 80s and 90s, yeah, they were.
They were awful.
For a while, they were.
I lived through it. I know what I'm saying here.
Yeah, okay? You do. You do. I know you do.
Awful, and I was still a fan. Okay, so yay for Paul Allen. Okay, the whole scenario.
Of course.
And if they want to sell, okay, and well, it's not going to happen like tomorrow.
No, okay? It's going to take months.
Take many months to take care of.
Correct.
The Seahawks are going to operate as they always have. And we've seen that this week alone with all the coaches that they've hired.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the league, new year begins March 1st. And they're going to there's some decisions they're going to have to make, and they're going to make them. And regardless of what's going on with any sell or any of that stuff. So I'm not too worried about whoever. Maybe you and me and Dustin will get together and and see what what kind of coins we can find down in the bottom of our cars or something.
I'm nervous because why do I feel like Bezos is going to be the guy?
His name has popped up a lot.
Too many times. Too many times.
Because he's a Seattle guy.
Amazon's well, technically he's from New Mexico.
Right, which I get that, but he started his Amazon bookstore in Seattle area.
In Seattle, yeah,
and I still don't understand how they're the number one company when they can't deliver stuff correctly. But besides that, they have money. He has money. Okay?
He has money. Let's also be honest here. What makes me skeptical as a fan is the Woody Johnson thing.
Well, fortunately, that's pretty much kept to the East Coast.
The reason why I'm so skeptical is you have good owners like the Allen family, like, say what you want. The York family has been successful with the 49ers.
They have.
To a degree, it's very hard. The Ford family, okay, recently the Ford family has laid off of, keeping hands-on with football and letting Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell do their thing in Detroit. We get it. The Rooney family, we understand that in Pittsburgh. We get that. But then you get the situation with Miami and Stephen Ross.
Right.
You get the Woody Johnsons of the world. With Ryan mentioned the Hunts, Lamar Hunt and Clark Hunt with Kansas City. Robert Kraft, say what you want. The Patriots were on the verge of moving before Robert Kraft bought the team in the mid-90s.
Right.
Nobody talks about that because of the Patriots' success in the last 25 years.
Right.
But Robert Kraft seriously saved that franchise.
To be the catalyst of that.
Yeah.
And Robert Kraft was.
Yeah, he was. But I'm telling you right now, if you people come into this chat and make it about we don't want Bezos because of blah blah blah. We don't want Bezos because of anything political. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Hold on. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to start banning people.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about any of that.
Because I will seriously start banning people. I will kick people out. I'm not doing it. Because you can keep your pessimistic, low life, and downright egotistical and emotionally unstable rear ends out of this chat if you're going to mention anything political in this room.
Right.
I'm not kidding. I'm not freaking joking. We understand the show. We understand that this show is time to BS. We understand that. I don't give a F. I don't. If you keep that political nonsense on this program, I do not care. I'm kicking you out of this chat like Leonidas did the Persian King in 300. This is Sparta, mofos. I'm serious. Like it's come on.
Yeah, can we relax a little bit?
Thank you. Okay. I will relax. Thank you.
But don't worry. I'm not talking about you.
No,
I'm talking about And the thing that kind of buoys me up a little bit is because Paul Allen, the estate, was first dealing with Portland, the basketball team,
the Trailblazers. Yes,
yes, and it seems like that sale has gone swimmingly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has.
So the same thing over here, I think, is going to happen, and so and that's one of the big differences because whoever has to be approved by the NFL first of all.
Yeah.
So you just can't go and buy the team and that's it. The NFL owners have to vote and all that to get
Correct.
and so that's why this is going to take a while.
It's going to take probably a year at most.
Probably. And so I think that the NFL will be motivated because of what happened in Washington.
Yeah, Josh Harris, thank God, honestly.
Right, but I was talking about the beanhead before him.
Oh, Snidey boy? Yeah.
Okay. And so they don't want any of that nonsense going on anymore.
You don't. And that's what's scared because let's be honest here. The NFL wants to sleep with Jeff Bezos.
What is it?
Which how can you blame them? It's a business.
No.
We understand that. We understand that football's a business here, Kevin. We understand that.
And we do understand that.
Sports is a business. We get that.
And he's one of those guys that seems to be he likes, he's he's into sports.
Yes.
And so I don't think he's going to be one of those meddlesome guys.
No.
Okay? But talking about any specific guy at this point in time is a little premature.
It is a little premature. I know his ex-wife has been thrown into the room as well because she's got cash due from their divorce.
Right.
I get that. Mackenzie Scott, or so I think her name is. But
I'll take your word for it.
Sure. Go. My word does not mean much, but I hear you.
So, I'm not overly concerned about this at this moment. And so I think everything's going to work out, and Seattle is going to be the Seahawks are going to be okay
if they move.
No, they're not going to move.
They're not going to. They can't.
There's no chance of that happening.
They can't.
And as long as they have John Schneider running the football side of things, they're going to be okay.
It's not even that, Kevin. They've been to 4 Super Bowls in 25 years.
Correct.
And I understand, because that's the pessimist in me as an Islander fan. The Islanders, if you recall, were on the verge of moving to Hartford in the mid-90s.
Right. Which, fortunately for all concerned, because Hartford didn't work out.
Thank God. Thank God. Still, it's
because Carolina, the presence of Carolina alone proves that.
Yeah, correct. But that's what my point is going here. In spite of the success, it has happened before. Look at Cleveland. Look at the Browns.
Well, yeah.
No, the previous incarnation of the Browns.
Right. And that's ownership based as well.
The Oilers. The Houston Oilers.
Right.
People forget the Houston Oilers in the 70s and the 80s were a success.
They were a success, and they would have been more of a success if it wasn't for the presence of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But
back in 76. That's right.
That's right. And Earl Campbell ran over everybody except for the Steelers.
What a running back he was back in the day. He was.
You talk about a guy you didn't want to be in front of.
Wonder how he's doing nowadays.
I don't know. That's the kind of guy where you hope he doesn't have advanced issues. You know what I mean? Because literally he beat his body
to the ground. He did.
To the ground because he just ran over people. He didn't run around them. He didn't run. He ran you over.
He was awesome that way. But back to the Seahawks.
Right. Back to our.
I don't know, Kevin. That's where my brain is nowadays.
Okay.
I'm skeptical to see where this is going to go.
Okay.
Very skeptical.
Being, somewhat skeptical is okay. And, just don't go running into it all giggly eyed. All right.
No, when there's new ownership involved, it's never going to go well.
Yeah. But don't be all, oh man, they're going to sell a team and then they're going to go 4-13. And no. None of that.
Let's also be real here. We knew this was incoming for the last few years.
Right.
We knew it. We knew it was incoming. We were just counting the days until it officially happened.
Right.
But let's move on to Chicago. Shall we, Kevin?
I'm ready. Bring this right here because
there's a report out there. There's a report out there because
Yes.
I know you're from that area of Northwest Indiana. That the Chicago Bears,
the Hammond Bears,
are moving to Northwest Indiana potentially.
And Hammond's where I grew up.
So I have a
this
question.
Has my interest at 100 miles an hour.
So I don't know how to feel about this.
I'm absolutely skeptical that a scenario would ever present itself where they would actually move
out of Chicago.
Not only out of Chicago, but of Illinois entirely.
So we're diehard football fans here.
That's right.
And we understand the history of the game.
Right. We do. And it may be hard to understand now, but the Bears are central to what became the NFL and what it is now.
There were 4 franchises.
That's right. Them and the Packers.
Technically 5 that ruled
the
NFL from the 1930s and into the 1950s and 60s. It was the New York Giants,
correct,
the Detroit Lions,
correct,
the Green Bay Packers,
correct,
the Cleveland Browns, and the Chicago Bears.
Right. And later you could throw the Baltimore Colts in there.
You could throw the Colts in there in the 50s. Johnny Unitas and his 56 his 47 touchdown passes in a row from 1956 to 1960. We understand that. The fact I remember that, great. Anyway, so that was the Mickey Mantle streak before that was the Mickey Mantle 56 game hitting streak of football.
Right.
At that point, which Drew Brees broke. Drew Brees broke in 2012. Keep that in mind. Hall of Famer Drew Brees. But if this happens, like, you're expecting Chicago Fire Part 2 to happen.
Absolutely.
Because
the whole city will go, it'll be a nuclear meltdown.
Burst into flames.
Nuclear meltdown because you're sitting there and because Hammond's not, Northwest Indiana is not far at all.
From Chicago.
Chicago. So there you are in Chicago. You go up the Sears Tower or whatever it's called now. And Willis Tower? Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Bolton.
Yeah, fair enough. And you could look across and see, let's say that's where the Bears wind up. You could literally see where the Bears are playing now, and it's not in Chicago. That's a wound that may not ever heal.
No, I'm not.
I think it's hilarious because that's where I grew up. But as far as Chicago's concerned, this is like an 8-alarm fire.
This would be like, what's the equivalent? What's an equivalent to this?
Well, I would give an equivalency to this is
the Chicago Bears leaving Chicago.
If you watch, because I'm a big fan of Godzilla. Okay, huge fan.
Oh yeah.
If you go back to the original, and you see Godzilla running around and just absolutely hammering Tokyo and blowing the whole place up, this is what we're talking about here. Chicago would literally disintegrate because the Bears. I think that they'd be more upset at the Bears leaving than the Cubs. That would cause a meltdown as well.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
It's neck and neck. Because I've been to Wrigley Field. I know what that is. Okay?
It's a beautiful field. It's beautiful.
It absolutely is. And so.
Ryan makes a good point. hold that thought. Ryan makes a good point. Bears fans will have to hear the jokes on how their team plays in Northwest Indiana instead of Chicago, just like I have to hear the jokes of the Jets playing in New Jersey. He's got a point, but
He does. He absolutely does. And
it's like that scene. It's like that scene in Captain America: The Civil War. He's out of line, but he's right. He is. He's out of line, but he's right.
One of the things, I'm East Coast, and I visited but never lived there. How New York ever allowed that to happen,
Stupid.
where the Jets and Giants aren't playing in actual New York.
Stupid. They used to,
right?
by the way.
Okay.
They used to. The Giants used to play at Yankee Stadium in the Polo Grounds.
Right.
Before the 70s. Yeah.
It's not like there's not room. Okay.
You want to blame that? Blame Wellington Mara. That's what you blame.
Well, if your name's Wellington, that's probably an issue to start with. But
Beef Wellington.
That's right.
All right. Absolutely. Bad
joke. Okay. But so
Puns.
I'm gonna have to talk because my brother is in fact a Bears fan.
Yeah, how is he doing? There's one person I want to talk to who's a member of who was a previous member of the Belly Up Army. Do you remember Zach Kyleman?
I think so.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Zach Kyleman is a friend of mine.
Okay.
He is a diehard Bears fan.
Okay.
I want to text
him. They do exist.
I want to text him.
Right. I need to talk to my brother about this to see how he would feel. Let's say this did happen.
Yes.
And they wound up in Northwest Indiana. Would that increase his interest or not? I'm going to find out and see where that's headed to.
Oh, there you go. Ryan history book. The city of New York banned fans. That's stupid. That's stupid. You banned fans from tailgating? Really? Okay, fair point. You know what? Well, that's fair.
Yeah, you need to put really in the back of the room. Go to the back of the room.
Literally. But the likelihood of this happening is not set in stone.
I for the life of me cannot imagine this ever coming to pass.
Oh.
But if it ever did,
George Hallis would be like,
I would make a trip up there to northern Indiana just to see this.
I don't blame you, but I'm assuming Papa George Hallis, Papa Bear George Hallis is looking down at the city of Chicago. Yeah. You know that stupid meme of the taxidermy cat that's just going with his arms out like this?
Yeah.
Really? That's George Hallis right now. He's like, really? You're doing this? I literally founded the team.
Right.
I founded the team.
That's why to this day, it's got his initials on their sleeve.
Yeah. So my God.
This is not a guy who just, fell in from out of state someplace. This is a guy
Did the McCaskies seriously wait for George's daughter, Virginia McCaskey, to die to do this? Because that's like a complete and total middle finger to Papa George Hallis.
It is.
That's like the biggest of middle fingers. Like, seriously, come on. Come on.
And so, soon, because first they were talking about they were going to move to a suburb, someplace.
Like suburbs of Chicago, yeah.
Right. And I was like, yeah, okay, I could see that. It
was like South Side or something like that, yeah, which is, the White Sox, but whatever.
Right. And so, and even the White Sox got themselves a new stadium, or relatively new anyway.
It's a nice stadium, too.
I've been to the old one. That's, not here. No.
No, we don't want to talk about that one.
No, we don't need to get into that. But
no, we don't.
And but for them to actually consider moving to a completely different state altogether, that just it intrigues me 100%. And I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
Very skeptical. Very skeptical.
Yeah.
to put it kindly. Kevin, did you see the Seahawks top 10 list by Fox Sports?
I did not.
You did not. We literally posted it on the group chat.
Okay, maybe.
Oh, hold on.
Maybe.
Oh, you've never seen this? Oh my God, this is going to be great.
Okay.
I already know where it's going to go. So Fox Sports came out with a top 10 list of the greatest Seahawks in history. I got it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I did see that, and I had an issue right out of the gate.
Number 10, Sam Darnold.
That's way too early for that.
Your face says it all. Yep, that's all I need to know.
Stop.
Number 9, Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, probably
okay, fine. You know that I'll keep Marshawn there because of the rest of the list.
Okay.
Number 8, Hall of Famer Kenny Easley.
That's way too.
Yeah, it's too low.
That's
too low. That's too low. Number 7, future Hall of Famer Richard Sherman.
Okay.
I love Sherm to death.
Especially lately.
Yeah, love Sherm to death. He's redeemed himself after the scandals that he's been through the last several years.
Correct.
Good on Sherm. Good on you, Sherm.
Right.
Number 6, this is ridiculous. Cortez Kennedy.
That's got to stop.
That's got to stop. Hall of Famer Cortez Kennedy, by the way.
Hall of Famer and Defensive Player of the Year.
92, right?
1992, correct.
Number 5, 2005 NFL MVP Shaun Alexander. Should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Right.
If you're going to have Fred Taylor in consideration for the Hall of Fame, you got to put Shaun in there.
Come on. Yeah, there's no comparison.
Okay. Number 4, Bobby Wagner. Okay.
Really don't have an argument there.
Number 3, Hall of Famer Walter Jones.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
I would
Walter
put
Jones.
He's at 1 or 2.
You can have a very good argument for the greatest Seahawk of all time.
Yes.
Between Walter Jones and Steve Largent.
I would put him at 2.
By the way,
Personally.
the fact that Steve Largent's number 2 on this list is ridiculous.
Yes. Because who is at number 1?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Really?
Stop it.
Listen, okay. We understand that we do run a Seahawks show.
That's right.
We understand
and
that.
We talked this at the beginning of the year.
We did. We
understand we named our top, players on the monument, right?
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson was not number 1.
It's very easy to make a Mount Rushmore.
Correct.
I think the Seahawks has the easiest Mount Rushmore ever. Largent, Walter Jones, Kenny Easley, Cortez Kennedy. That's it. That's literally it. That's the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Why? All 4 of them in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. And, the fact that Hutchinson's not on that list.
Yeah. Another Hall of Famer.
That ain't making it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it's ridiculous because we can make a very good argument that the entire Legion of Boom should be on their own slot.
Correct.
Because let's be real here. If one goes down, the other two follow. That's for real.
For real.
We understand that. When Earl Thomas broke his leg in 2016, Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman were not the same. When Sherman went down with his torn Achilles, Earl Thomas had to take over everything. When Cam broke his neck, Earl had to take over everything. When Cam was out for his injuries after 2015, the rest of the defense fell apart. When Sherman went down, the defense fell apart. When Earl went down, the defense fell apart. Either one of them, actually all 3 of them should be in the top 10 on their own slot. Bobby was different. Bobby was special.
Bobby is still special.
Still is special. Walter Payton Man of the Year special, by that.
That's right. Still playing and still making an impact over there in Washington.
I think Shaun Alexander, considering that he's the only MVP in franchise history,
right,
by far is in the top 10, not even close.
And he, was on a Super Bowl team, didn't win, but we can make arguments about that.
Sort of. Marshawn Lynch, greatest trade in franchise history, not even close. Not even close.
Right.
Russell Wilson should be in the top 5. I know we can have an argument over Russ because, how he left, I get it. But he is the best quarterback the team ever had. The only one that comes close is Jim Zorn.
Jim Zorn, right?
Dave Craig, Hasselbeck, you can make an argument.
They're right up there.
The Mount Rushmore quarterbacks is pretty freaking small.
Right.
It's Russ, Hasselbeck, Craig, and Zorn. That's it. That's literally it.
Yeah, that's it. And so, like you said, Darnold at number 10, he's played 1 year. Stop.
We love Sam Darnold around here. We understand that. We were on the Sam Darnold train from the beginning on this show.
That's right. You can go back and watch our shows back in
last year.
When was that? June?
When he signed? No, it was April. It was like April or March of last year. Okay. Yeah.
And May, is that when we started talking about this?
I think so, yeah. But we understand the Sam Darnold love around here is real.
And it should be. On. And let's not go. Everybody was waiting for him to fall on his face. But let's not go completely the opposite direction now.
Right.
And make the guy, don't he's not ready for his own statue just yet.
No. Speaking of Seahawks, Kevin, they hired a new offensive coordinator today. Well, not today, but like yesterday.
They did.
Why do I have the sense you don't like this move?
It's not that I don't like it. And the more that I investigated this, because I had a bunch of names. His was not on the list.
Which means Mike McDonald really liked what he brought to the table.
Right. And once I started looking into him,
they hired Triple H as the offensive coordinator.
And so he it's interesting because this guy started actually on defense.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Then he made, a crossover. So he understands defense and what they're trying to do to offense. And then he's a tight end guy, which, if we want to talk fantasy for a second, if you've got any shares in the Seahawks tight ends, you need to be happy. Okay.
Yep.
But not only was he the tight ends guy, he was the running backs coach as well. So that alone gets my interest. And the fact that he is a Shanahan disciple, just like Clint Kubiak before him.
Yep.
I think that's going to make this a seamless transition. And so at first I was like, who is this guy? But I am sold on it now.
I did the research in this guy too, and I saw the interview on Seattle Sports, 710 ESPN, and I'm like, he sounds exactly like Mike McDonald, and that's scary. Is he like evil genius number 2?
Evil genius.
He's the evil assistant to the evil genius.
Right. And so I think that this is going to work out well.
The mad scientist is
the
Mike
mad
McDonald.
Scientist. And, I would have liked them to be able to keep Clint Kubiak, of course.
I do like how they kept the assistants, though. Justin Otten is still here.
It's interesting to me because they tried to poach him.
The Raiders, yeah.
And the Seahawks said no.
The offensive line coach is still here, though. That's huge.
That is huge because they were like, no, we're not going to have you, what do you call that?
Poach?
A lateral move.
Yeah, good point.
We're not having that.
No.
If they're going to, if they're going to make him the offensive coordinator, that's one thing. But they said no. And so I was very interested in that. And the other thing, too, is, the defensive guy that they brought in, right, as their running back or linebacker coach.
Yep.
Zach Orr used to be a defensive coordinator and worked,
Yep.
and this is going to be a common thread. He worked with Coach McDonald. That's going to work out. Okay. That's going to work out. And most amazingly enough, and this is the guy, because you asked me about it, because, I follow college a little bit more.
Yeah, you do.
And Northern Illinois is not the bastion I would go to find, somebody that, I would think that would be a coaching legend or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But do some research and you find out who did this guy used to work with? Coach McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm with that. And right. And they kept Justin Otten, promoted him.
Yep.
Okay. So all of these moves, when you first heard about them, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of reaction we initially had when you hear about, they signed, they traded a quarterback and brought in Sam Darnold, and they traded him and they released him. And you're like, what are we doing? But then all of a sudden they made these moves, and I'm like, okay, I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
And so these coaching hires, I'm down with each and every one of them.
I'm excited. I'm pumped.
I'm excited too.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but still.
Right. As far as the and this guy that they brought in from Northern Illinois, right?
Yeah, you did research on him, right?
I did.
Good God, good coach.
The highest paid running backs coach.
I'm in.
In the NFL.
I'm in.
I'm down.
I'm in. Let's go.
Because he said he had multiple opportunities in the NFL.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll take his word for it.
Apparently. We got to go back to commercial, ladies and gentlemen, because we do know this show ain't free.
True.
So, Kevin, cue the music. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
All right, Kevin. So we go to Miami now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. The Dolphins have decided to clean house. They released Bradley Chubb.
Okay.
They potentially have trade partners from Minka Fitzpatrick again.
Right. Okay.
And they released Tyreek Hill. And they released Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay on the street, as far as I'm concerned.
People who have known this show for a long time will know my thoughts on one Tyreek Hill. But in case if you're unfamiliar with it, with my thoughts on one Tyreek Hill, allow me to take a few minutes to share them with you. The fact that Tyreek Hill has not been suspended once by the NFL for his continuous acts of BS is nothing short of incredible to me. The fact that Tyreek Hill can continue to be a trash human being, beat the snot out of people, specifically his baby mamas, get away with it, and still get multi-million dollar contracts in the NFL is ridiculous. And you know what's going to happen, Kevin? You know exactly what's going to freaking happen. This is why the title of the episode is Dan Doesn't Give an F. Because he's going to go back to the Chiefs.
I've heard that.
He's going back to Kansas City. And the fact that
I think that you could pretty much put that and just lock it in.
The fact that Tyreek Hill has continued to play in this league after getting essentially away with multiple DV crimes, multiple assault crimes, multiple acts of being just a degenerate human being, and still continues to get these contracts and basically gets a slap on the wrist by the NFL saying, no, you can't possibly do anything wrong, Tyreek Hill. Meanwhile, if you're a fourth-string offensive lineman, you do this, you're banned from the league.
That's right.
There's favoritism in the NFL,
That's
and I
right.
hate
The
it.
only thing that he has not done is be caught on video.
Oh, he has.
Well,
Twice.
okay. Not
Still,
quite to
it's
the
like-
extent, of the one that started this whole thing.
Like in Oklahoma
Back in
State, right?
Yeah, the one that the Baltimore Raven running back.
Oh, yeah,
Who
Ray
was
Rice.
Yeah, Ray Rice. So,
Man, that's the other thing, though, because, like, I'm not condoning anything that Ray Rice did, obviously, but I wonder what he's doing. I'm sure he's not doing that again.
I would think not.
I know this is like super, 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 like, thin lines we're walking on. I understand that. But there comes a fine line between, hey, I'm a professional athlete, and hey, I'm a decent human being.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill is not a decent human being. He's a piece of garbage, and the fact that he still continues to play in the NFL for multiple years, win multiple receiving titles, get a championship with the Chiefs, and gets away with this crap is nothing short of utter stupidity and ridiculousness. I don't care. I don't care. If we get screamed at, I don't care. I'll tell them I was right. I'm in the right. Because
If you want to
That's the fa-
scream, let's hear it.
there are people that will defend Tyreek Hill and say he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. Meanwhile, there's like legitimate evidence that he beat the crap out of people consistently. But like, I made my point. I made my point. It's
Right.
just, come on. Come on. Get NFL. Get your stuff right, please. This is ridiculous.
Well, that's why when they, because you mentioned it, Bradley Chubb got my interest.
Yep.
Whereas, on the other hand, the other one did not. And you can mark it down here. He's going to be back on Kansas City. That's
So stupid.
provided that he's healthy.
So stupid.
So that's where I come down on that.
So dumb. But whatever. What are you gonna do? It's just ridiculous at this point. So dumb. Speaking of dumb, let's go to the NBA.
Okay.
Because the Board of Governors meeting happened.
Okay. Well, they should have had it because they were on break.
And the NBA is potentially expanding. Or are they? Are they?
They need to.
Oh my God. It's just like,
It's like you're stuck in the mud, and you just abandon the car.
Kevin, you and I understand the history of the NBA, right?
Yeah.
You and I obviously know the history of this great sport that is basketball. We understand that. You're a Jazz fan. I'm a New Yorker. I like the Knicks, blah, blah, blah. I've gone on record on the show that if the Seattle Supersonics were to come back, I would abandon my Knicks fandom and go to the Supersonics. I'm not kidding. I've gone on record on this program and saying that.
Correct.
The fact that this has continuously become an issue because, we don't want to pay the expansion fees. Really? Really? That's your reason? You literally have a natural rivalry right there with Seattle and Oklahoma City. If you don't
Right.
understand, go study history. But
Right.
and then Vegas is happening. People don't want to admit it, but the Vegas NBA team is happening. We don't know when.
It's not going to be the Mavericks, just so we're clear on this.
No, it's not going to be the Dallas Mavericks.
No, it's not going to happen. No.
But it's, oh my God, it's so stupid, Kevin.
It's going to happen. They just need to get the car out of the, there's a movie. There's a movie. Okay. It's called Better Off Dead.
I know where you're going with this.
You know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going with this. Refresh my memory.
Okay. But there's the car that's sitting out in the front of the driveway. It's been sitting there, and the dad's like, when are you going to do something, whatever, da-da-da-da.
Yep.
And it's sitting out there, and it's sitting out there, it's sitting out there. Then all of a sudden, here comes the French girl. He gets underneath it and starts fixing the car. Next thing you know, it's going down the freeway. That's
So
what needs
dumb.
to happen here. Fix the car, get it out of the mud.
Fix the dang car.
Stop just talking about it. Get it done. We need to have a Seattle Supersonics.
Literally.
It should have never been allowed to happen when they left in the first place. And then, Vegas has shown that I'm still skeptical about how baseball is going to work there. But I think, basketball will work fine.
Basketball's going to work fine in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because T-Mobile Arena is a nice arena.
Right. And, you can go and, spend a week there and maybe go to a couple games, whatever. And
go gamble your life savings away if you would choose to do that.
Hopefully don't choose.
Hopefully you don't do that. We don't condone gambling around here.
No.
We don't.
No. I've been known to put down a few bucks, but don't put down your life savings. Okay. Anyways, so the Seattle Supersonics needs to happen. Okay. And if you're going to have that, then you need another team to balance it all out. So we need the Vegas to happen.
Yep.
Because then not only do you have Oklahoma City, but then you've got Vegas, you've got Portland, you've got Golden State, you've got Seattle, all right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that works out perfectly. So NBA, get on it. Get on it. And just make sure you remember, and I've said this before.
Yes, we know, use the freaking entrance. I get it. It's
okay.
But the fact that this has continued to been stuck in the mud for 3 years,
right,
is ridiculous. I understand why, because let's be honest here, the owners of the NBA don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, but Adam Silver, I understand the Adam Silver who looks like a bowling pin wants to do it. He wants to do it, but the owner's got to agree on it.
Right.
And I can guarantee you there's guys like James Dolan who don't want to do it with the Knicks. Mickey Harrison with the Miami Heat don't want to do it. I don't get why. You'll literally make so much money with Vegas and Seattle alone.
Right.
It's like on your freaking lap. And you won't do it. But whatever. What are you going to do?
Okay. So, so we're both down with this move to get it. They did this, like I said, they needed to make this happen. Get the car fixed. All right.
Agreed. Agree with that. Kevin, I don't know where to go from here. I'm at that point where I'm just like,
well,
does Kevin have any fantasy advice for baseball?
Okay, so yes,
Kevin's fantasy land. Here we go.
Fantasy advice. I'm going to make this quick.
What a good way to close out.
There was a guy that asked me to become part of his fantasy league, baseball, and the first thing that he was wanting to do the draft this Monday coming up. There's no reason for that. Okay. Yep. And I'm saying this about any fantasy sport. Don't do a draft until the weekend before the regular season. Okay? And there's a prime example of why that's so. Because this week alone, Pablo Lopez of the Minnesota Twins,
Mhm.
their ace pitcher, out for the season.
Wow.
And spring training, exhibition games start today. So you're
Hell yeah.
telling me that this guy's out for the season already, and the exhibition season is just getting started. So if you have your draft on Monday, and you happen to pick Pablo Lopez, you're already back in the back of the room. So don't do that. Have your draft. Do mock drafts, like I've said many times, until your nose bleeds. I do them. Okay. I enjoy doing them. And especially if you're in an ESPN, you can designate what position you want to draft in.
Hey, there you go.
And it's got your teams, and it's got all the teams that are in your league, and you can say, okay, I want to do third, and you can practice that until you actually determine what position you are in your draft. And as soon as you determine that, then that's where you just draft from, and you just learn. And it's interesting, you sit there and say, man, that was a dumb move. But you made it during a mock draft, so it's okay.
There you
So
go.
then you learn from it, and then when the real draft comes around, you don't make that kind of move.
There you go.
So you practice it, you learn your strategy. I've got my own strategy, may not be yours. But get your strategy down before drafting.
All right.
So there you have that.
Yep. Kevin, do you have any final thoughts to close out shop for the day?
I'm still jazzed up. We were going to talk about the Seahawks. We weren't.
Too bad.
Too bad. Okay. And they're still, like I said, March 1st, which is next weekend
Yay.
already.
Yay.
NFL season begins. Free
Thank
agency.
God.
We'll see what, and we'll talk about this in a later time frame. What's going
We
to
will.
happen with the Seahawks free agents, most notably Kenneth Walker. So we will talk about that. So
We will.
We will.
We will. With that being said, from the great state of Texas and Bell Fantasy is Kevin Wilson. I'm Dan Cruz. I'm coming to you from the beaches of Long Island, New York. And we'll see you all in this life, most certainly the next one. Cheers, everyone. Have yourselves a good rest of your weekend.